Right, okay. This is the one with the problem, the clock with the problem. The other one, I haven't taken it out of the original packaging yet. That still sort of needs to just be opened a bit there. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll just put that aside. I thought I'd just leave that because I ordered the two of them. So I don't know what condition that's in. All I know is this was one of the new ones that I opened. Let me just put my other reading glasses on here. I've got more pairs of reading glasses than I know what to do with. So basically, I opened it up, and of course, inside it was packed. I packaged it back again, and then we've got that thing in there, that little polystyrene thing, is it? Let's move that. And then of course the cable in there, which I've opened actually because I didn't know if I'd got the right. It's a mini USB, isn't it? I didn't know whether I had the right one, so I had to use that one that came with it just so I knew that it was okay, you know. When I open it, of course, as you can see here, let me just take it out. It's got this cover on it. If you can see that there, it's got this sort of cover, and that looks worse for wear, a bit scratched. I don't know if they're all like that. I've tried not to touch. I haven't touched the actual surface there underneath it. I don't know if you can hold it up to. If I can hold it up to the light so you can see any sort of scratches there, but that didn't. I wasn't too pleased about that. But anyway, I'll put that just on there. The main problem was the SD card. When you just have to press that there a bit, don't you, and then open that up, and then there's the battery here. Let's just take that out there. We'll just pop that over there. The SD, I don't know if you can see. Oh, it's the right way around now. I don't know if you can see that. Now let me just get my finger so I can just get it to the camera for you there. If you can see the slot seems to be. The card went in when I originally put the card in it. It went in. If I can just angle it right for you there. The card went in, and then it's sort of, I don't know. It's right. Can you hear it there? Now I don't know if it will come out, because a couple of times it did actually come out. I don't know if I'm tapping it or trying to. It's just ironic that the card is probably worth more than the clock camera. But that looks as if it's a bit stuck in there. Well, there's like a hole in the centre there, isn't there? If we can sort of shake it out. But when I put the card in, it just went straight in and fell through. The first time it went in and it clicked. You press it and it switches like that as they do. And then I took it out, pressed it and pulled it out to unswitch it, as you would say. And I did manage to read the card. I had to put it I actually put the card, that card that's rattling around in there, I put it in this body camera that I've got here. I just put it in here. Hang on, just the other hand, sorry. And I placed it in there where there's a card. That's the Transcend card there for it. And I placed the card in there to read it, so I could plug the mini USB that I've got for this one, and then I read the card for this clock here via this, I used it as a card reader because I haven't got a USB card reader. So I did that. It's an old body camera I use for the card on there that I use for backing up things. It's just a means of backing things up. But anyway, back to this clock here. You can just hear it there, can't you? I don't know if, as I said, by sort of wiggling it and arranging it in some way, the card might come out. I don't know. I haven't really persevered with it since it really got stuck. It was just a shame, really, because I'm sure the card could be used in some way. It's a shame about that. Because I don't know if part of that could be the SD card reader part of it that's come loose as well. But it's all stuck inside there anyway, isn't it? As you can see, I haven't opened the new one yet, so I don't know what condition that's in. Actually, when you put the battery in this one, just forgetting that the card is right. I said that way, isn't it? And when you turn it, the switch on, there's just a switch here, isn't there? When we switch it on, it comes on okay. So the clock itself is working. I don't know if it tells good time though. Most clocks don't, do they? Camera clocks don't. Anyway, the clock on the camcorder that I'm using here, I'm forever having to recalibrate and reset. I just thought I'd just take that out there again. That's that. Now this, just for the record, whilst I'm recording, of course. I suppose it's best really just to put things back, isn't it? And then we know where everything is. Especially now in my luck I'll lose things, so just pop that. Yeah, just clip that on there, and then that's what it should look like, I suppose. Without this is the new one. I don't know this. I'm just going to pull this out. I haven't really ripped it out. That rips a bit there. I'll have to put it in another package if I'm sending it back to you. I don't know. The reason I suppose really I'm asking for me a refund really is because I just don't bloody trust it, to be quite frank with you. But I don't know what the condition is of this one. So let's take the lid off here. I'll just pop that one over in that box there so we know where everything is over there, and then we've got this free space. I'll just take this, so you're watching an unboxing here, an unboxing video. I'll just tilt the camera up a bit for you just so you can see that. We'll just take the lid off, and I don't know what we're going to find here. There's the card. I found that a bit strange as well. Normally, micro SD cards usually, do they come with an adapter normally? I don't know. That one seems to be okay, but I thought he came with an adapter. I can't remember now. So I'll just put that card there, and we'll just take. I won't bother taking here's the plugs. There's the wire. There's the cable, all sealed there, as you can see. Is it? Yeah, they've still got the brown paper seal on. So I'll leave that on there. I'll leave that in for you there, and then we'll just whip. Try and get this out. Yeah, that's it. Just pop that there. I don't know what we're going to find here when we open this one up. I've seen some reviews on YouTube of this very same one. I can't see what this is about, but what's the condition like of the of the cover, that's a bit scratched, isn't it, as well? That the cover there, that's scratched, isn't it? Look, I don't know if you can see that, and that's straight new out. You've just seen me take it out new, haven't you? There, that's terrible, isn't it? It's awful, that is, isn't it? Really, I don't know if they're all like that. That comes off, doesn't it? And there's your camera there on the. Just I won't touch it. I'll just put the cover back, the protective. I don't know what condition that's in. There are my fingerprints on it now. Let me just take that, open that there, and there's the battery. I can just turn the switch on just to see if that. It usually has a bit of a charge on it. There, there's the LED, and there's the clock, 12 o'clock there, as you can see. I'll turn that back off again, I think. And I think what I'll do is just seal that back up again. I don't know what condition the SD card socket. I use this magnifying glass, you know. I use this. I have to do because I've got bad eyes, but I use this 20 times magnifier. Now let me just take a look at the card socket there to see if there's any. No, that looks nice and straight, doesn't it? That one does. That's nice and straight. That is. I don't know if you can see inside there. In the card socket there, that looks nice and straight, so I won't touch that one. I'll leave that in case that is one of the good ones, and seems a shame to. If you want to sell that one on, you can, I suppose, can't you? Really, I'll just put that in there again. That's the problem with these little bags, isn't it? You can't get them in very well there. It's a bit of a pain in the back end there, but it'll go, I think. It'll bit of a wiggle and a bit of a push there. It's gone. Oh, it's going with you. Bit of patience is a virtue, is it not? Will it go in or not? I don't know that. Anyway, that's. I'll just leave that half in just for a moment and try and persevere over that in a moment. And there's the card that come with it. With reference to the other one, that's just the box to it, isn't it? And with reference to the other one, let me just pop that lid there and take a look at the other one that I've put in here. I'll just check that with my magnifying glass again, the card socket on there, because it does look, obviously the card is rattling around in there, you can hear it there. I'm terrible for biting my fingernails, you know. I don't know if you are, but I certainly do, and it looks a bit, yes, it looks a bit lopsided, doesn't it? I don't know if you can see that. But when you look inside there, it does look a bit. The card. I'll just move it up and down. Can you just about see that there? I'm looking at the same screen as you are, but I'm just looking at the mirror image, and it does look a bit lopsided, doesn't it? That does. That card socket there, doesn't it? That's probably what's happened. I don't know. I would assume it's happened when I've turned to switch it off. When you push it in to switch it off to get the card out, something's happened there, hasn't it? I'll just take the battery out and see if I can. And it doesn't look as if it's going to play game, doesn't it? Does it? But it's a shame because those cards are they are pretty. The only way I suppose to get it out is to pry it open or something with a bloody screwdriver. Then if the clock is worth less than the card, it might be worth it. But I don't know any other way of any any other, it doesn't come through there, does it? I'm sorry, but I'll have to admit defeat on that, I think. I've tried rotating it round, giving it a wiggle there, and it just won't come out. And rather, as I say, I'm rather brassed off about that, more for the card than anything, as I said. More for the bloody card. But that's what's the offending article. This this card here, the SD card here, that's well and truly stuck in there, isn't it? So if I send it back to you, if you want to get a screwdriver and rip that apart, you can do. I'd rather not do, because as you can see, I'm sort of getting it. But I mean, it should just switch out, and then you just grab it and pull it out, and you just grip it with your fingernail or whatever and just pull it out. But he just when I put the card in, I won't do it with that one. But when I put the card in, it just fell straight through the hole. It didn't even push against anything or anything like that. So clearly the card connection itself has had it there, hasn't it? So what I'll do, I'll just put the battery back in, just for the sake of everything being back together, and then I'll just put that back on there, and that's it. But there's scratches on there, terrible, aren't they? Considering, excuse me, considering that they're brand new. It's awful, isn't it? Anyway, I'll put the little packet on top of that. I'll just put it in that box there. I don't know which box it's in, and then I'll just persevere with getting this is the new one, isn't it? I won't touch that new one though. I'd rather not do, because if it goes wrong again, either I got the blame for it, or I could be, I don't know, liable. I don't know what for, but certainly that's it. Anyway, that's as best as I can show you as what happened. The only thing I can say about this brand new one, that I'm just having trouble putting the cover back on again, the only problem I've got with this brand new one is that I've just checked the thing, and it's rather scratched, isn't it? Oh, you have to pull it out like that, Luke. That's I think that's where I went wrong. It was pushed inside out, or I'd done something there. Let me try again. But that's, I'd rather not touch that one. I'd rather just send that back to you, and if it is any good, if you can check this one I'm just putting back in now, Luke. It's gone in now, Luke. Then you can have that one and sell that on with the greatest of pleasure. But I would rather not. I would rather not risk anything there. So what I'll do is I'll put this card back in here. I don't know how well that went in. Did that go in? Did that go in? What I'll do, I can't remember, I'll have to watch the video back how it went in. But what I'll do is, I'll just take that bit of card out there where the lead is, and I'll put it in there with the lead, so it's all underneath there, and then I can stick just that bit of card on there like that, and then I'll just fold that over there like that. That way, and then I'll just place it in there like that, and then the fold it all holds together like so there, and then I can just pop that in the box. Will it go in? That's just gone in there, look, so that's in there, as if you'll probably have my fingerprints on it, so there you go. And then we'll just pop the lid on there like that. So that's that new one that I've just taken out of this packaging. I can use another envelope, a little plastic packaging. I can do that's not a problem at the post office. And then this is the the other one that's had it, you'll know which one it is. So I can leave that. I don't know where did the little bag for that go? I don't know where that went. But oh, there's the lead there, and you still got the bit of paper on it there. Shame about that, because and also the little case for the card. There's the card box, or whatever you call it, the case, the box, the transparent thing there for the card that is currently rattling around in there. Isn't that a shame about that? Because I did actually check some of the footage, and it was recording in the lower 460, 480 thing. Because I haven't got a mobile phone, so it was recording on its own basic thing there. So I don't know about that. So that's as best as we can do for it, isn't it? So, oh, look what I've just found over there. It's where I put it. So I'll pop this. I'll put a note inside the one this faulty one for you, if you can't already hear it rattling about. I'll put a note in the faulty one, and then you'll know which one it is. But I suppose you'll have to check both of them, won't you? Yeah, when you receive them. It's a fiddly one, that one. This bag. I've got problems with these bags. It's probably just a personal thing. Don't take any offence there. So just fold that over like so, and then I'll pop that. Let's pop that in there. So we've got that like that, and then I'll just pop it in there for you. And what I'll do, I'll stick a piece of paper and just write a note, and just leave it in there for you, and then you'll know which one it is. So the other one without the note, of course, is the one that's just got the fingerprints on. So that's okay, isn't it? So I'll do that. I hope that's been of some help to you. I hope that's given you enough information, because if you've got others in stock and they're the same, then you ought to know about it, I think, because if somebody sold them you on the cheap or whatever, I don't know, but whoever you had them from, you can let them know that somebody isn't. It could be just cheap muck. It could be just cheap. What do you expect for £35 or whatever? But the card seems to be more valuable than the camera, and it just seems a shame that it's stuck inside there. So, as I said, I'll leave that note, and I hope that's okay for you now. And I hope to hear from you in some capacity or other, at least with the refund. I'll send them both back to you, and then you know what's going on. Bye for now.